died trying to go viral.
Where you at, Berto?
On the 8th of November 2017, Chinese daredevil Wu Yong Ning climbed the 62-story Whereyouatberto Center building in Changsha, China to record another one of his roof-topping challenge videos, not knowing that this one was going to be his last. Wu started his career working as a film extra and stuntman for low-budget productions, trying to break into the entertainment industry. Unfortunately, while he was good at his job, he struggled to earn a living from these jobs, forcing him to look elsewhere. So he turned to the internet and started posting daredevil
Like, don't wish bad on nobody, but holy shit, bruh. When you do shit like this, it's only a matter of time, gang. It's only a matter of time. Like, when you are signing up for things like this, it's just, this is how you had to predict that you were gonna go out like this. It wasn't gonna be from, you know, some crazy random accident, a car accident. No. One day your fingers are gonna slip and you're gonna fall to your death. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Are you caught by the fucking door? Are you fucking serious? Nigga saw the clip, instantly crashed out. Fuck.
Live streaming on Twitch, link in the description.
Roof-topping videos on Chinese platforms like Huashan and Weibo. Roof-topping, for those who don't know, is an extreme form of urban exploration. Participants climb on top of tall structures like skyscrapers, bridges, and cranes and record themselves doing dangerous...
Yo, no, my intrusive thoughts are too negative for shit like this, bro. Imagine seeing, oh my God, I hope I don't get canceled for this, but imagine seeing the recovered footage of the GoPro of this nigga slipping. That would be insane. The camera's gonna be all fucking moving around and shit. That nigga gonna hit the ground. Alright, let me chill, bro. Bro, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to be insensitive, man, but it's just like, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? This is like the equivalent of niggas that sign up to do the fucking cave, the cave diving shit, bro.
Stunts around the edges, usually without any safety equipment like a harness or a safety net. The draw of these videos lies in the constant, ever-present risk that a single slip or misstep could be fatal. But Wu needed to stand out if he wanted to make a career out of it. So he took things a step further. Instead of just posting videos about sitting or standing close to the edges, Wu posted stunts like riding a Segway right up to the edge, hanging from the ledges, and doing pull-ups until he was close to muscle failure. This allowed him to gain an audience from the get-go, giving him the confidence to continue down this path. Over the years, he posted more than 500 videos.
Do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. Do anything for clout.
Weirdo.
Videos and live streams to various platforms and managed to earn over 1 million followers on Weibo alone. These videos also earned him close to $83,000, making this his full-time career. Doing these crazy stunts allowed him to earn a better life for himself and his loved ones. There was just one massive problem. Creating viral stunts for an online audience means the creator can never slow down. Each video has to be crazier than the last one or the audience becomes bored and moves on, leaving them without an income. However, the crazier the stunt is, the more likely it is to turn lethal. Sadly, that's exactly what happened with Wu in November 2017.
I will say, people that do this, though, I wouldn't go as far as calling it a mental illness, but you're not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, for anybody that, like, you can't just do this for clout, honestly. Especially something like this. Like, if you are a cave diving motherfucker or you are hanging off the side of a skyscraper, that is something, there's something chemically different in your brain, bro. Because you couldn't pay me to do this. Like, I wouldn't do this for $10 million. Like, so you're saying I need to hang off a skyscraper by one hand for however long till my muscles get tired and then attempt to pull myself up and then I get the money? No. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You couldn't pay me enough money to do this or even attempt it.
He came across a competition promising $15,000 to the video that went the most viral. Wu needed this money to pay for his mother's medical expenses and wanted to save the rest for his wedding. So, on the morning of November 8th, he climbed to the roof of the Whereyouatberto Center building to film the most jaw-dropping stunt yet. Most people aren't allowed to climb to the very top of these buildings, so Wu likely had to free climb his way from the outside as well, adding life-threatening risk to this challenge before the camera even began rolling. After reaching the roof, he set up his tripod and began recording and started lowering himself over the edge. First the right leg, and a few seconds later the left. However, instantly something was not right. He looked like he was struggling to hang on and had to readjust his grip multiple times. He was potentially already exhausted from the free climb to the top, but he didn't really have the time to rest before someone from the building management might notice him and escort him back down. So he went ahead with the stunt anyway, proceeding to do the pull-ups he was most well known for. The plan was to pull himself back up to safety after the third pull-up. He'd done the same dozens of times in the past. Unfortunately, things did not go as planned. The video showed him struggling to pull himself back over the edge after the third pull. He tried to use his feet, but the side of the building was too slippery to generate any traction. Wu kept trying until his grip failed, sending him plunging 45 feet onto a lower terrace below.
Splat. And just like that, you're chopped fucking cheese. Can't say I feel bad for him, but R.I.P.
He did not survive this fall, and since he was completely alone when trying to record this video, no one knew what happened to him right away. His girlfriend filed a missing person report when he didn't return home, but it wasn't until the next day that a window cleaner discovered his remains. Wu wanted a better life for himself.
Window cleaner. Yeah, that nigga turned into fucking tomato paste. They were just hitting one of these.
Himself and his loved ones. Sadly, the risk he took for this viral stunt cost him everything. On the night of February 5th, 2021, the Urban Air Trampoline Park in Hermitage, Tennessee was filled to the brim with families and friend groups looking to enjoy the weekend night. However, on this night specifically, this would not last long. As one of the friend groups at the park was walking out into the parking lot, they saw a man running at them with a massive butcher knife in his hand. This was 20-year-old Timothy Wilkes, an upstanding and hardworking person who was just a month away from graduating as an HVAC technician. His future looked bright. However, Timothy's primary interest was in something else. He watched a lot of prank channels on YouTube and wanted to go viral with a prank of his own.
I see. Dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. You thought it was a good idea to run up to people with a weapon and chase them. I'm just letting you know, in Texas, it's an open carry state. A nigga will blow your shit smooth off for less. And get away with it too.
Specifically, he wanted to film a fake robbery prank where he records himself pretending to rob someone and then uploading their reaction to the internet. But an important thing about almost all of these prank videos that he was watching on YouTube is that they were staged. 9 times out of 10, the person being pranked already knows about the whole thing and is only acting terrified for the camera. Timothy either didn't know this crucial detail or he knew but wanted to make his prank more authentic.
RP, bro. Hate that it's a brother, but damn, dude. This was just stupid.
So, on the 5th of February 2021, at around 9:25 p.m., he lunged
2021? Come on, man. That was well within the era of knowing that niggas be faking they pranks, gang. If they would have said 2012, I might have been like, okay, maybe you didn't know. But 2021, dude, like, niggas knew that everyone was faking they prank videos, gang.
Group of friends with a knife in his hand. The plan was to scare them and then reveal that it was a prank before things got out of hand. What Timothy didn't know was that one of the people in this group, 23-year-old David Starnes Jr., was carrying a concealed firearm. From David's perspective, Timothy was a random man charging at him and his friends with a knife. In a split-second decision, David drew his firearm and opened fire, hitting Timothy once. Unfortunately, this one shot proved lethal, resulting in Timothy passing away before any help could arrive. David stayed at the scene until the police arrived and explained everything that had happened. He was detained at the time, but the police released him later as his actions were deemed self-defense.
TMI, yellow.
On June 26, 2017, 20-year-old YouTuber Mona Lisa Prez made a post on Twitter stating, "Me and Pedro are probably going to shoot one of the most dangerous videos ever. His idea, not mine." At first glance, this sounded like a severe exaggeration meant to drum up hype for her upcoming video. when in reality, calling it the most dangerous video ever was still an understatement for the tragedy that was about to unfold just 3 hours later. The lead up to this incident started back in November 2016 when Mona Lisa and her boyfriend Pedro decided to start a family channel together called Mona Lisa and Fam. This channel mostly consisted of vlogs of the two of them doing various challenges and going on adventures together. Normal, inoffensive family channel content. And while none of these videos went viral, they were still gaining consistent views, allowing the couple to gain thousands of subscribers by mid-2017. However, Pedro wanted to take his online career to the next level. The plan was to create a new channel called Damn It Boy, featuring daring stunts unlike anything the internet had seen before. He even had a clear vision for the direction of this content.
Everything I'm gonna be showing you guys on my channel, you guys are gonna be saying, "Damn it, boy."
But unlike his family channel that was growing at a steady pace, Pedro wanted this channel to have good momentum from the get-go. He wanted his first video to go mega viral. And to do that, he wanted to upload the most dangerous and death-defying stunt he could think of. So after much deliberation, this was the idea he came up with.
The point of this video is, I really just want to see if a 50 caliber bullet can go through a book.
You're telling me your first fucking video, you tried to use a book as a bulletproof vest? Dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die.
So,
YouTube, we're not promoting violence. We're not promoting violence. We're watching a video. YouTube, not promoting violence. Human reviewer, not promoting violence. Just watching a video, and it's blurred. YouTube. We don't show any violence in this video. No violence is actually showed in this video. YouTube.
The ultimate test to see if this 50 caliber bullet will go through a book is, I'm just not going to just set it and just shoot it. No.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand behind it. And Mona Lisa is going to shoot it.
Mona Lisa was strongly opposed to this plan, but after nearly 2 months of back and forth, he managed to convince her that it could work. So on the 26th of June,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. This nigga's a piece of shit, bro. This nigga's a piece of shit. Because no matter what, you had to have at least thought there's a possibility. Like, even on the dumbest of scales, you had to think to yourself, there's a chance that this can go left and I'm potentially going to lose my life. And the person shooting this weapon is my girl. And she is willingly doing this. So you are essentially setting your girl up to go to jail now because she literally took part in taking your life. And there's nothing, just because you guys agreed, and it's like, that's not how this shit goes. She's gonna go to jail. She's gonna go to jail. This nigga's an idiot, bro. I cannot lie.
17,
this is dumb
at
as
roughly
fuck.
8 p.m., Pedro did exactly what he planned. He set up the camera in the backyard of their home in Houston, Minnesota, held up the book in front of him, and told Mona Lisa to shoot. Unfortunately for Pedro, the thick encyclopedia...
And then does she even have aim? Like, even if it was a big book, even if it was at a big book, like I have on my MacBook here, right? Like, there's not much books that are bigger than this, right? Like, even if this, let's just assume this is the biggest book. Nigga, there's so much space to get shot at anywhere else, bro. And then, let's just say they were big brain enough to up that shit close range. You don't think a gun is going from close range is just gonna rip through the fucking book and go straight in your chest in GTA, gang? I'm not gonna lie, bro. This might be the dumbest nigga on earth, gang. Straight up. This was bad plays. Terrible plays. Holy shit.
He chose for the stunt proved completely ineffective. The high caliber bullet went straight through the book and his body. By the time help arrived, it was already too late. Pedro passed away in front of 30 witnesses from around the neighborhood who came running after hearing the gunshot, including his 3-year-old daughter. What made this situation even more heartbreaking was the fact that Mona Lisa was also pregnant with their second child. She was taken into custody and later pleaded guilty to second-degree manslaughter. However, the court understood her tragic situation and sentenced her to only 6 months in prison rather than the up to 15-year sentence that second-degree manslaughter usually.
God bless her heart, I guess, man. You know, I don't think I'm happy. I'm happy that she didn't have to spend the rest of her fucking life in prison, but holy shit, man. They're both idiots, not gonna lie. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, Simply. What up?
Carries.
Why did she agree
Dmitry
to that?
Nuyanzin spent a decade building his reputation as a personal trainer and fitness coach in Russia. Over the years, he trained many elite athletes in person while also posting online guides and tips under the name Dmitry Fit for his more than 40,000 followers.
Okay.
The most notable aspect of Dmitry's content, however, was his dedication to authenticity. He followed the same program he taught to demonstrate firsthand its effectiveness. What he never anticipated was that his readiness to put himself on the line would ultimately cost him everything. It began in September 2025 when Dmitry announced a challenge to deliberately gain at least 55 pounds or 25 kilograms and then lose it all using his own training and dietary regimen. He also put a roughly $100 reward for any viewer who could lose 10% of their body weight by the end of 2025. In a post promoting
So this just happened not too long ago. Okay, let's see how this guy went out.
this challenge, Dmitry wrote, "Friends, my weight loss course is starting soon where you can win cool prizes and most importantly build a beautiful body, learn how to eat, and have fun." Things were progressing smoothly. However, there was just one major hurdle standing in his way. Gaining over 50 pounds in such a short time wasn't going to be easy. So, to stay competitive in his own challenge, Dmitry put himself on a crash diet of over 10,000 calories a day. For some context, most adult men with his
This nigga died from fucking diabetes. Nigga's heart just exploded. Mid-bite. Hang! Boom! Heart popped. 10,000 calories a day, gang? Bro, I'm a big back. And I eat a lot. And on average, I'm probably at... to put in perspective, I'm 6'2". I eat a lot. Most times when I go to Chick-fil-A, your order is probably what? $10, $12, $15 at most. I'm probably going to spend $35 by myself at Chick-fil-A. Okay? And that's an unhealthy meal. I don't eat Chick-fil-A every day. I eat pretty healthy for the most part. But I'm like, if I go to Chick-fil-A, I'm probably spending like $35 dolly. Just to put in perspective how much I eat. And at best, I probably only, if I'm like eating like a slob, that's probably only going to do me like, I'm only going to be like 5,000-6,000 calories. And to eat like that every day would be sickening. So my normal maintenance is probably like 3,500 calories a day. That's probably what I'm on. And that's if I'm eating kind of dirty. And if I'm meal prepping and doing what I'm supposed to do, it's probably 2,500 calories. So to do that almost 5 times over, 10,000 calories, bro. Yeah, this nigga was literally, he wanted to die. He wanted to.
His build needs somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 calories to maintain their weight. He would post videos eating mountains of calorie-dense foods with lots of sugars and fat. And
one piece of content that I never understood is mukbangs. I hate watching people eat. I might throw up. I really can't even stare at this.
This worked just as expected. By November 18th, he weighed 230 pounds or 105 kilos and was rapidly approaching his goal. Unfortunately, the challenge came to an abrupt stop just a few days after he posted this video. Friends reported Dmitry missing training sessions, claiming that he wasn't feeling well and that he needed to see a doctor.
Yeah.
But before he could make an appointment, Dmitry
Heart
passed
just popped. Boom.
away from cardiac arrest in his sleep at just 30 years old. The 10,000 calorie diet overtaxed his body, eventually leading to a sudden
Oh my god.
catastrophic collapse.
Yeah, RIP, bro, man. But that, out of everything on the list, I mean, this probably wasn't the dumbest, but that was still pretty fucking dumb.
On July 15, 2024, Indian travel influencer Anvi Kandar, known online as the Global Journal, posted a list of her top places to visit in the country, not knowing that this would become the last time her nearly 300,000 fans would see her alive. She had been posting content on the internet since 2016 and had become a very trusted travel vlogger. Anvi visited nearly every corner of her country, highlighted underrated destination spots, and made it a point to spread positivity through her content. However, this effort was cut short just a day after she posted this video. She was visiting the Kumbi waterfall on July 16th, located around 80 miles from Mumbai. The ground surrounding
What's the name of this video? Is Dumb Ways to Die or Tragic Accidents? Influencers who died trying to go viral.
the 178-foot waterfall was wet and slippery. Anvi was being very cautious, as this wasn't her first time visiting such a place. But while trying to line up a better shot of the waterfall for her content, she accidentally took one wrong step, resulting in her losing her balance and falling down a 350-foot.
Finally, like an actual accident. This is somebody where you can be like, this was still stupid, and you probably should have went into this with way more preparation, but I can't sit here and really clown somebody who just genuinely slipped. Oh my god. Now again, there's also no way I would have been doing this either though.
A deep ravine. The sheer depth, combined with the dense foliage, made it impossible to even see her from the top. The rocky, slippery terrain also prevented anyone from rushing to her rescue. When rescuers arrived, 6 of them rappelled down using ropes, while 50 others assisted them from the top. Despite the massive operation, it still took 6 hours to rescue Anvi from this ravine. However, they would get some good news. She was severely injured, but was still breathing. Rescuers rushed her to the nearest hospital. Unfortunately, Anvi had almost no strength left in her body and sadly passed away shortly after arriving at the hospital, leaving her once active Instagram account completely abandoned.
Wow.
Castilla-La Mancha is the tallest bridge in all of Spain, making it a somewhat popular destination for thrill seekers. Many daredevils have climbed to its top in the past, and 24-year-old British influencer Lewis Stevenson was attempting to do the same. Lewis was a rooftopper that made a name for himself posting breathtaking pictures of his many different climbs to his Instagram account. He arrived at the bridge on the morning of October 13, 2024 with one of his friends and began climbing. His friend went ahead and Lewis followed. It was a brutal, monotonous climb. Thankfully, things started off as expected, with the two steadily making their way up the service ladder and nearly reaching the top. But before they could reach the safe platform up top, tragedy struck. It's unclear what exactly happened. The damp weather may have made a step dangerously slippery, or Lewis might have simply missed a step and stumbled. In either case, the outcome was the same. Lewis lost his grip and plummeted over 630 feet back to the base of the climb. His friends called the authorities immediately. Unfortunately, by the time they reached Lewis, he'd already passed away from the impact.
Yeah, okay. Again, man, this is... It's not much to say, bro. I've already said everything that I could possibly say. RIP to the people that lost their lives in this video, but also, y'all, most of y'all, can't say that I'm surprised. I appreciate y'all so much. My name is Berto. Where you at, Berto? Join the Where You At family so you never miss a live stream reaction live on Twitch. Link to that is in the description, and I want to see y'all there in the next one. I'll see y'all.
Where you at, Berto?